How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another quant update. It has been a while, but I let it develop and let it for you guys actually see that what I was saying was all correct. That 112 from down over here was going to be resistance between 96, 101 and 112, all being resistance, breaking it down even further for you all, suggesting that if 96 and 101 breaks, that's going to initiate the move to 112, but that it won't be good enough, that the bounce will be a lower high, and only if 112 actually breaks, this would then initiate a move back up into 143 and 155. But actually also suggesting that it would still be bearish, even pumping up as high as that. The reversal wave is only created on the break of $155. So at that point, I'd be more bullish than all of you, because I know the consequence of breaking that level means that these targets should go ahead and happen. But if we're lower high and constantly under 155, those targets are just never going to happen. So those targets are only going to ever happen on the break of 155. Until then, especially when you put in a new low, convinced me even more that as we've now lost this accumulation period where all the moving averages were holding, you can't be complacent and not react to this. I was getting hate in the comments. Obviously, there's going to be more love than hate, but always going to happen, saying I don't know what I'm talking about. The Fibonacci's are your concern, not what my thoughts are. I'm just telling you what the Fibonacci. So if you're disagreeing with the Fibs, you have a problem. Not with me, but with Fibonacci, and that's maths. So let's not talk about maths. The maths was saying with this high and low, it needs to break the 0.5 fib, 112, otherwise it's going to lower high. Even if you break through this level, it will initiate a move up potentially as high as 155, 156. But doesn't mean that the reversal waves created, doesn't mean the market is bullish, can pump up as high as there and head to new lows. I was showing this on my Bitcoin charts over the past year. We experienced this, so this should be an experience that you learned from, that you don't make the same mistake of. And then you can see the 886 didn't break and new lower lows were formed, and then from that new lower low we can see a bounce happen, and then the 886 was hit and then a new lower low was formed, and then once again the new low was formed, we can place the fibs, and then the 886 held. So a move back up doesn't mean it's going to sustain a long-term move to new higher highs. It could just be this short-term rally to get trapped into, and then market sells off if you lower high below this, and couldn't even recover 112, which was what I was suggesting would be the resistance. When it came back down into this green level of support, it kept on having the right to bounce. It should bounce from here, but it also should dump from here, and one's going to give in. And as I was saying, with the natural trend, I'm not bullish. Even if we pump to 150, it should just continue lower. The next set of targets being 70 to 60, and we've now come into the first target that I had. So we're seeing another bounce. That's why I've had this green box since my last few updates, and we're seeing a reaction from there. What you now need to understand, it's not something to get excited about. We again, all this excitement and hope is what's killing everyone. The trend is bearish. It's worse positioned than before. Even if we're bouncing 6% today, we got a fundamental news event coming out tomorrow. The market could bounce once again. It could pump another 10% tomorrow if it pleases. It doesn't mean it's good enough. We can see we've had a similar outcome from an 18% move in a day, followed by the very next day pumping a further 12%. Guys, in 2 days, it shifted from 84 to 112, a 34% move, and still went to new lows. So the bounces are going to be what traps everyone. So the next move up should just be testing 81 to 84, 81 to 85 as resistance before losing it and coming into 62. Overall, this is the move that is what's meant to happen, right? Because we're in a downtrend, this is the move that's meant to happen. But if we actually see this actually recovering, or in the case of it rejects and comes back down into here, it has the right to bounce. While this is support, it has the right to bounce, but this is resistance, so it's meant to dump from here, and the trend is down. So it should, even if it bounces one more time, gets back up there, it should eventually drop down, like what we've lived through here. Very early on this wick, I was telling you the truth. It's going to lower high under that and head lower. It's done so. So now that it's come to my first target of mine, the belief is that it now will bounce. For the bulls, must recover this level, and then this level, and then you've got this short-term tradable move here I would not be me. Remember, this is just me. I'm not telling you guys what to do. This is just for me. I'm not interested in trading this move up to there, only from here to there, because that's nearly a guarantee. There's no guarantee we get this move up, but once the 112 is broken, then you're actually starting to change structure, right? So that's something we can react to. And then the next move would be, let's now invalidate further downside and create that reversal wave, target new highs, start working its way back up to the previous all-time high and even new all-time highs. That's only ever going to happen once this is broken. And this is just a move to trade between these two areas. It's not even necessarily going to break out and go into that scenario. I only will believe of that potential scenario. I'll only believe in that bullish scenario when I see that reclaim. Until then, I have no faith in that move, because all your faith has been doing is losing you money. You need to have the proof, and that proof only comes on the recovery of here. I know a move from 75 to 150 is a double. Who wants to miss out on a double? No one wants to miss out on a double, but the risk is you could try and start that move to double and then just get up to here and roll over lower, your worse position than before. It's the same as what happened in the move beforehand. This was where it was meant to move up into 150 and continue higher. Now it's worse than before. In fact, just before I leave you guys, with the new low, I have to adjust the fibs, and it will actually make its job a little bit easier as it brings down the level. So 154 now becomes the new resistance. So 140 to 154, but again, a pump into 154 is not good enough. It needs to take it out. And so that 112 level has now also changed into 110. I would personally still use these wicks. So still remains 112 in my opinion. Then we'll see that move now into 140, 154 after the reclaim of this level. Until then, realistically, the bounce should just be back into 81 to 84 and roll back over into here. So leaving you guys off might be confusing navigating these videos because I talk about so many different things, but I am actually telling you what I believe in, which is we should move up into here and dump back down. I'm also in the same video update showing you how it gets out of this mess. That's not necessarily my belief or what I'm calling for. Now, if I actually see this recovered, I've already said what its next move should be then, which is a move back into 96, and the levels that are key in this area, 96, 107, 110 to 112. So a recovery of a 96, there's going to be a move up into this area, tradable move. And as it develops and I see certain levels reclaimed or lost, I will let you know what the direct next move is. But as of right now, the signals, what has constantly been happening, when you lose support, you're just bouncing into its resistance. So should just pump into his resistance, retest it before rolling back over into the green support. That's it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, share. If you want to get educated, if you want to no longer waste any more time and want to navigate the chart, message me on Twitter or use the links down below to take action on the website. Cheers.